Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 53 of Scion of the Dark House, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Gothic horror podcast. Because we are a Gothic horror podcast, there may be some things that come up to a line for some people, such as body horror, blood, gore, violence, talk about trauma and abuse, as well as child endangerment and other things. If there is something that comes up to a line for you, please take a break. Your support means a lot to us, but so does your mental health. So last session, the party had entered the domain of Kull the Shaman, the last and final lich that they had to deal with. They found their way into a village of primitive people to find that the priestess Uma was guarding the phylactery of Kull the Shaman. After killing her and subsequently what burst out of her head, they decided to go up to the mountain to see if there was a way to destroy the phylactery. The spirits on the mountaintop told them to bring the skull to them. They descended the mountain once again, hauled the skull up the mountain with the help of the tribal people. Then the spirits cleansed the skull, ridding it of its necrotic energy, thanked the party, and gave Arthur a gift of sorts, a spiritual gift for his journey, before returning the group to the front lawn of the Dark House, where surprisingly they found both the mammoths and the tribal people they had met while inside of the realm. Afterwards, Percy received a telepathic message from Belladonna, whose abilities have been getting stronger, telling them that his cousin Alex and Bruno, the lizard folk paladin, would be arriving shortly. Percy then told Belladonna to tell somebody that mammoths had returned, and they might need to get on doing something about that because mammoths are currently extinct. And this may be an interesting opportunity for the professors. Whereupon the party then went to the carriage house to wait for Alex and Bruno. So I will say that your journey, Alex and Bruno, was fairly uneventful. Nothing happened on the way there, and you made it to the carriage house where the party seemed to be waiting for you. And you all can get busy taking a long rest. However, midway through the long rest, something does happen. Appearing in the center of the room, flickering into existence, is what appears to be an illusion of a gold Dragonborn, wearing similar clothes to Rerek. He looks around for a moment before finally laying eyes on Rerek. Oh, hello, Rerek. It's been quite a while since we talked. You would recognize this person. He is Jabari. He is your uncle and the royal seer to the actual Sultan and the Sultanate, the royal family. He is quite powerful and he would have the ability to do this.
Okay, so I know how he's contacting me.
Yes.
Okay. I'm like, hi, it's been a while, what's up?
It has. Well, I would like to say that nothing eventful has happened back home in the palace, but there may be a growing issue. I'm not sure if you were aware of this person, but there is a woman named Fatima Al-Hazred. She is making a bid to unseat me as the royal seer. I thought it was it would be prudent to tell you that she has been going through the courts to do this. It has mostly been above board. But the courts have ruled in my favor each time, thankfully. But she seems to be getting more desperate.
This sounds exactly like real life. Like your mom's like giving you a call and you live like 3 hours away. They're like, come home. Why do you need my help or anything? Do you need me to do anything?
At the moment, no. I simply thought it would be prudent to try and contact you about this. It may become a bigger issue. I'm simply worried that since you are so far away from home, she might take the opportunity. We don't know how much power she has. She has clearly grown in magical abilities. She has proven herself to be somewhat of a foe, but she seems to, at the moment, be trying to stay above board, as it seems. We have not found any illegal activities, which is making it very hard to prevent her from whatever her plans may be. I'm just simply worried that because you are so far away on your own, she might use the distance in an attempt to pick you off, make it easier for her to ascend legally to that position.
I wouldn't be worried about myself, about me. I have friends here.
I can see that.
Although
but
I am in the middle of fulfilling the prophecy that I've had for myself.
Yes, we are. You've made us very aware of that before you left. I'm assuming that is going well.
Yes. So I'll do that, your issue, right after we fix my thing. How about that?
Of course. I just thought it would be prudent for you to know that such things were happening. And it would be easier than a sending spell, just simply because I was close enough to do so.
Well, I will keep that in mind, and even though I do have friends to help me out, I will be vigilant for you, Uncle.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Well, I wish you luck in your endeavors, and do keep an eye out and keep me informed if you believe she has tried to interfere in any way.
Of course.
And he nods, and then the illusion blinks out of existence.
Were we all seeing him?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Why didn't y'all say anything?
Oh, baby's first political assassination attempt.
We just thought it was maybe sort of your thing. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh.
Yeah, that seemed like a family
That's
matter
cool.
thing.
It just seemed awkward because I haven't seen him in a while.
Were we not like out of frame? Could he see us?
No, he can see everybody.
Oh, okay, that's awkward.
Yeah.
He's a powerful divination wizard, and
He's the
he can-
royal seer, I think he
Yeah.
said. You didn't tell us you were semi-royal.
Oh, I would have thought that my golden scale sort of told you everything.
Aren't there? I'm not an expert, but aren't there a lot of golden dragonborn?
Well, my lineage is pretty important where I'm from.
That's chill. Lit.
Well, that's great. That's great for you.
Thank you so much for feeling comfortable to tell us that.
Sorry about the whole maybe people trying to assassinate you thing, but
I just put like a fried kale in my mouth. I'm like, it's fine. We'll be fine.
I'm sure it's well, not even the first assassination attempt on one of us, so we'll
Right.
manage.
This is what, number 2 or 3?
Something like that.
Depends on if
Um,
we count that time Samantha tried stealing a piece of my soul.
Then there was the rug from the Bear King, and
That was your dad. It wasn't one of us.
well, he's might not be one of us, but he's one of mine.
Fair point.
Well, I guess we can finish up our rest here. And Bruno, you said, I think my sister told us that you had business here.
Yes,
Bruno checks his notes.
Yeah, you were sent basically in a way to keep an eye on things, to be a person on the front
Right.
lines
Yeah, you
in
said
case
that.
something happened that the Caliburnian government and military needed to know about.
So you're a snitch.
But to be fair, it's in character for Bruno to check. His
Yeah.
notes.
He just has a little note.
Yes, after informing Caliburn
It's like a
of
sticky note on your armor.
That's right. After informing Caliburn of all this nonsense going on here, they felt it necessary for someone to make outposts and protect the lands and make sure matters don't get any worse.
So you're just supervising?
I would say yes. Emphasis on super.
Of course. Well, we're happy to have the help, and same with you, Alex. You
I'm just the
totally
Uber
don't have to
driver.
stay. I understand the house is like a lot, but we're happy to have you.
I'm just the Uber driver. It's fine.
I mean,
Okay.
if two of you
In this
would show
universe,
up,
that's teleportation magic is Uber. So please rate me
That's
5
true.
stars on your application. Thank you. I was good. I provide snacks. And I let you change the music in your mind.
Oh yeah, that's how it works.
Arthur, say something.
He's just like passed out drunk in the corner.
if the two of you had
Arthur's
bothered
excited
showing up
too.
yesterday, you could have helped us bury a pile of bodies.
We're having fun. We're just chilling, having our own adventures, and living our life to the fullest.
Okay.
I'm sure.
It was lit.
I'm going to bed.
We flew.
Right. Well, we can finish this up, and then, well, we've sort of just been going back through the house, so I guess that'll be what we get back to.
La-di-da. We'll join you.
All right. So your long rest completes. Nothing happens, no visitations, no dreams, no attacks of any kind. You it's probably pretty early in the morning at this point, just because you started your long rest fairly early in the evening. And as you exit the carriage house and begin wandering towards the house proper, you get to the crossroads where taking the left would go to the lake house and taking the right would go to the graveyard and the hedge maze. And you find a bullywug, one of the frog people, impaled on the signpost.
Oof, that's gotta hurt.
That does not look good. This
Somebody
was
got
not
impaled.
here yesterday, right?
Somebody
No,
got
I-
impaled, but not in a
Frog
good
people.
way.
I need y'all to update Bruno on the frog people situation.
Same with Alex.
Were you here? Did you?
I was here for the
You
frogs.
saw the? They're all dead.
Oh,
That's
well, this is
unfortunate.
why you need me around.
Apparently, there was some ritual led by fish people that turned their queen
frogs and
into a
fish.
monster who slaughtered all of them.
Frogs are
So I
just
think the
natural
new
enemies.
problem
Not
might be the
surprising.
fish people.
You do have to give the fish people credit, though. They got their own queen to kill most of their enemies. It was rather industrious of
It was a massacre.
It's
It was-
efficient.
It was a
There's
massive
a
feast.
mass grave. now.
Deficient.
Wait, say that again.
It was efficient.
So efficient. But so I go and mage hand the frog out of the sign, and then let's
I
get going.
don't know if
I
you
don't think
can.
Bit
mage hand
heavy for
can
mage
move a whole
hand.
Hey, can we get
I
frog
think-
legs?
How big is this frog?
He weighs more than 10 pounds.
Oh,
He's
Jesus
like a
Christ.
person.
Yeah, it's
I thought
like
it was this small.
no, they're like 4 feet tall.
Fucking
So what
hell.
you're saying
Um,
is we can have frog legs for lunch.
I'm vegetarian, but let's sure. You
I mean,
guys-
Just
same,
give
but
me
also,
frog
how
legs
else are you gonna
for
have
everyone.
this? It's perfect.
He's
Frog legs are
this is a
expensive.
person. Give me a second. Percy goes up and I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead.
Oh, okay. Percy's
Right.
actually getting it back on track.
So the body kind of shivers and jolts a little bit before the dead eyes open up and just start looking around and just in absolute panic.
And it has like Kermit voice.
I can't do a Kermit voice, I'm sorry.
Oh, how you doing? Did I die?
Oh my god. Percy kind of try to be comforting and was like, shh, I'm sorry. Do you know how this happened to you?
You cannot speak bullywug.
Fuck. I need to cast tongues too. God damn it. Like, make me burn through all my level 3 spell slots.
Wait, what
Um,
level would he be considered? That would be Balrog, so never mind. It's not on my list. than Bruno. Never
Fucking fine. I'll cast tongues also.
I will say that does not count as one of your questions. I will be kind.
Okay, thank you.
So now this frog person can presumably understand you after you've cast tongues. So what was your first question?
Do you know how this happened to you?
I think they technically don't know that they're dead
Oh,
via
I'm
the spell's
dead?
laws. But they do
Cool.
remember what happened before they died, but they don't remember the death itself. So the frog person just stares at you for a moment and just goes, the woman in the water, they're still fish people. We thought we got them all.
Ask him what the last thing he remembers is.
okay. What's the last thing you remember?
A woman in a white dress telling the fish people to kill us all.
Okay.
Was anyone coming at you with a knife after that?
You can't understand.
Okay,
I'm assuming that there's a little bit of a relay.
Yeah, Percy
happening
relays
here.
this. Okay, I only have one question left. There's a woman in white commanding these fish people, who've attacked this bullywug.
Ask how long have they been dead for? So that should give us enough time to
I
figure
don't
out.
think he knows the answer to that.
I don't know.
I
What?
think he doesn't know that he's dead.
Wait, how many
you
questions
tell
do you
him?
have left?
I have
Can we
one
use a
left.
question to tell him he's dead?
I mean, I think I can just tell him that, but I don't. He'll just be dead again once I ask the last question.
So what you're saying is don't give him like any. Yeah. Like, is there a way we could like?
I'll ask him. Do you know how we might be able to find or defeat this woman in white?
She's come from the lake. I don't know. She's just.
And there
A
it is.
plus.
Oh no.
I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all, but this whole situation seems very fishy.
I like that. That was good.
I
I
mean,
think the fish people might be more pressing of an issue than we might have thought at first.
oh, that's just because you want to make out with another naiad, Percy. You
Let's
That
think-
is exactly why. Yes.
You
It's
wanna
not
get
all
that
because I think
sushi.
this woman in white is going to come kill all of us. But
What's this I hear about a naiad, Percy?
Oh.
Sometimes when you're in the Shadowfell, you do things that you have to do to survive.
What happens in the
Um,
Shadowfell stays in the Shadowfell.
Sounds like want to do.
Does
Err.
does anybody have anything that would help us go underwater for any length of
Oh,
time?
I do. I have breathing underwater. I can.
That would
Amazing.
help.
I have water
Yes.
breathing. Hi everyone. We're using water breathing now.
Take another dip.
I
be nice.
guess since none of us have that ability, maybe we should, while Alex is here and able
Well-
to cast this on us, we should investigate this.
Well, Percy, I think that I think one of our party does.
Who?
Ooh.
What?
You.
I don't have water
What's Eli's
breathing.
name again in this?
Oh, Bruno.
Bruno. Oh,
Bruno.
no,
Yeah.
I
Bruno,
just-
you swam last time when we went to defeat the vampire chicks because you part lizard.
Yeah, but that's different. I can't do it for other people.
I know, but I mean, I don't have to cast it on you. It's one extra less person. You're breathing on your own, bitch.
Here's the plan. Here's the plan. We'll take care of the fish people as much as we can as a group, and then if there's anything left, I can take care of it as a amazing lizard underwater man.
But also, I mean, we're all gonna be underneath water as well. I was just saying, but how I didn't want to cast it on you.
You don't have to cast it on me, don't worry. But how cold is the water?
Well, it's a
are
lake,
you
so
worried
I'm
about
guessing kind of
shrinking?
cold.
Probably warmer than the parallel dimension that we went into. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna probably say probably warmer than that because that shit
Probably.
was icy before.
If anything needs cleaning up after, I'll take care of it in the future.
Hell yeah,
Well, you
my baby daddy.
both have appeared at somewhat of a serendipitous time then. Should
Hell
we go to
yeah.
the lake?
We're off to see the lake. Wonderful lake of fish people.
Let's kill the lake.
Let's make sushi out of the blood
What's-
of our enemies.
What's sushi?
It's when you top up a fish person, you eat them.
Is this Rerek's journey to become pescatarian?
we
yeah,
get
we'll
to the
head
lake. And I cast water breathing on everyone except for
How's the
people who
mass grave look, though?
Still freshly
Hey.
buried, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's still freshly buried. If you look closely,
Asking
there
about your seed, is that what you're asking
little,
about?
a little single, little tiny sprout coming up from somewhere near the center. It's very small. It's practically not noticeable.
Oh, I
but
don't want the rest of them to notice. So
Yeah.
art.
you know what you're looking for, so you spot it instantly.
Can
but
we all
they-
can we all roll for perception? See if we can find it.
Since you don't know what you're looking for,
Yeah.
no.
Dang it.
So yeah, you get to this beach and you do see there are 2 or 3 more frog corpses that have not been buried that are just sprawled out on the beach.
Awesome.
Well,
Add them to the pile.
Now I feel bad for. I think these are the ones we talked to yesterday.
Oh,
Well, they're hopping in a better place now.
So is that like the last of the bullywugs? Are they like all dead now?
Possibly.
Bum, bum, bum,
Until we
bum.
find the egg clutch someone left behind.
Yeah.
didn't you say that the queen basically killed them because she was turned into?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where the hell is she?
She's dead.
Her body is still under the tarp by
Oh,
the lake house.
okay.
She got turned into a big old monster.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Alex,
A lot
do
of
your
tentacles and a
thing,
lot of
I
eyes.
guess.
Biggity bobbity boop. We all can now breathe underneath water. Hey.
Amazing.
So do I start?
Don't forget
down
Arthur and his
there?
cat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Arthur
I'm
and
gonna
Jackson.
cast level 3 water breathing or whichever
Arthur's
one.
just very down about the whole frog genocide today. He's
Surprisingly.
yeah.
Yeah, he's just solemnly drinking. this whole
Considering he
time.
spent the entire time we dug the mass grave taking a nap,
Yeah.
he's very affected now.
Mhm.
Surprisingly.
It's just now hitting him. All right. So how long do we have underwater with this?
We have 24 hours.
Oh,
Gucci.
yeah, that's probably enough time.
Yeah.
So I guess here we go. Percy just sort of like awkwardly shuffling into the mud and water. Like,
Rate my dive, everyone, and I dive
I
under.
like kind of slip like
As you
wonder
begin
if
doing
I
that,
can use
you
a lot of my fire types magic here.
it is water. So presumably there is an issue with that, but you would know that magic, fire that's conjured by magic still burns for a very short period of time underwater. So if you cast something like firebolt or fireball or anything like that, it will affect other creatures, but not as much as if it were on land. However, you cannot set things on fire underwater
What about
with magical
like
fire.
non-magical fire, like Julius? Also, is he able to breathe underwater?
sure.
I can. It's 10 willing
10
creatures.
creatures.
10
Yeah.
willing creatures, yes.
So is he
So
willing?
Jasmine and yeah.
Is Julius willing? That's the question.
Is he willing?
He
Jenny,
says,
Jenny, let's give him a treat again.
Consent is
Okay.
important.
Here you go, Jules. Here's a treat. You remember me?
So as you guys are heading into the water, you do see out of the corner of your eye, because it's very easy to see.
Sorry, but can he like breathe fire, or is that not magic fire?
It's not magic fire, so he would not be able to, sadly.
He cannot do
He
anything.
still has a bite attack, though.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
breathe fire either.
You do see against the gray greens, the dark gray greens of the trees, a shock of white. As a woman in a white dress, followed by about 3 fish people, begin to walk into the water.
That bitch over there. She's the one that killed him.
Oh wait, she's like on the land right now?
Yes.
We're already underwater. We're already in the water.
I would say, like, as you are going into the water, you do see her.
Is
Does
she
she
just
see
like a
us?
regular lady? She's like not a fish?
Looks like it.
Does she see us?
Is she hot?
Not yet.
Okay.
She too
She's
far to
not yet
tell.
up.
So what do we do about this? Can it,
What is her
can-
dress made out of? Is it Gucci or Prada? Or is it Dolce? Alex will be judging.
No one knows.
Can I
He took
like
a few classes in school for fashion
roll
design.
insight in on her? Like, what's,
To
I don't know. Should we immediately attack or should we like go talk to her?
Are we too far away to attack?
Wait,
Is this
can
like
I
the other
use-
side of the
Yes.
lake?
Oh, it's like the other
Can I
side.
use,
it's down the
And,
shore quite a bit.
Can
can I
Arthur
use
like
divine sense?
yeah?
That is only within 60 feet.
Is she
How
not
many
She
feet
is
away is she?
farther than 60 feet.
How would we be
Can-
able to see her if she's further than 60 feet?
Does
No one
Arthur,
can see further than 60 feet.
Does
Yeah.
Arthur have a thing that he
That's
can
true
use
for
to
you,
zoom in,
Wait,
like a
what?
scope?
No, I don't
Don't
think he
think so.
does.
Oh, then I'll
Oh.
use my arcane eye to zoom in. Is
All
that
right.
okay?
But then do you already know, like, we're already seeing, though, that she already has 3 fish people with her. So, like, why would we want to zoom in on her? We already know what she's with.
Yeah. I mean, should we just
Why
like
waste
shout
something?
at her?
Well, we have to. Is she like restrained or what? What is she
I
doing?
think she's just walking, right?
Yeah,
Strolling
she's
with
just
her cronies?
she's just walking.
She's just strolling with her cronies after murdering a bunch of like frog people.
This
She's
is
just
a
like,
diva
"Hey."
and her backup
I'm virgin.
dancers.
Is she walking like in a sexy way, or like what kind of walk is it?
Can we seduce her?
Like, is it a strut? You know,
Hello. Murder makes me
No,
so
she
horny.
just seems to be walking rather normally.
I
which
just
is-
want to see what's going on around her.
Okay,
Okay.
zoom in, baby. Zoom in.
All
I'll zoom
right.
in.
So you cast Arcane Eye. It does take a bit to travel down the shore to her, but you do see, yeah, she looks like a normal woman. She seems to be in only a slip. She doesn't have any shoes on. Her feet are completely covered in mud and leaves and twigs. Her hair is wet hanging down, not over her face, but to the side where there are hairs actually sticking to her face. She does have long nails, not quite like long old talons, but they're definitely sharpened more than they usually would be. But other than that, she just seems like a normal woman, followed by these fish people that are about the same size as the bullywugs, walking upright. They are covered in blood.
Okay, well, I think we found.
From my military experience, I've usually noticed that enemies are covered in blood.
Good,
So
good
they're
spotting
likely
there.
not good folk.
Good,
Yeah.
good knowledge. Thank you for telling us
Although,
that.
I wonder who this person is. Is she wearing white?
Yes, she's
Okay,
wearing a
that's
white
her.
slip.
That's
Yeah.
her.
That bitch
They're
killed.
Okay.
bad guys.
So what do we do? Are we just gonna like shout at her and get her attention, or are we just
Hey,
gonna run over and
bitch,
kill her?
what's up?
Can Arthur do some sneaky sneak?
What if we saw how she reacted to Julius? What if Julius flew over? We can see if she tries and attack him.
You want to get Julius killed?
He's sneaky. He'll survive no matter what. He's a fighter.
Well, I think regardless, should we like make our way over there while Julius flies?
I mean, I could cast invisibility on us so we could sneak up on her, but also so she can't see us. I still actually have invisibility. I think I do. The greater
how-
invisibility.
How far can Arthur's marky mark go?
I think it's like 30 feet, I want to say. So he'd have to get within 30 feet of her.
I think
Okay.
we need to get closer right now.
Yes. Can we stay relatively like under the water? Like kind of have like
Oh, that works.
Yeah, she is actually getting into the water and walking along as she's slowly descending into the water along with the fish people.
they
Okay.
are coming this way. They're coming this way.
Are we like parallel, or are we like going towards her?
If you are entering the water, it is relatively parallel.
So let's just change our course of action and just start walking towards her, and we'll just eventually meet up with her. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just do that. I mean, what's the worst gonna happen? We all get slaughtered like frogs. It's fine.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Lizards are much better than frogs.
Mhm.
So you start
10 out of
making
10
your
out.
way.
Definitely farther up the scale of reptilian folk.
Also,
Well, good point, because one's
we're
reptilian, one's amphibia.
reptiles,
Never
and
mind.
those are amphibians. That too, yeah.
Okay, so we're meeting her
I like some
halfway,
cool.
I guess.
Yeah, you
Yes.
guys do start making your way. The shore does drop
Really?
off eventually. You guys
Fast.
eventually make your way beneath the waves where it seems that the fish people are swimming quite quickly down. And at this point, you do see almost like a sunken island in the middle of this lake. The water is surprisingly clear, and it has a chapel on it. It looks like the very, very tip of the steeple would be poking above the water, but it's hard to see with the amount of mist that's on the lake. It would be easy to miss. However, the full structure seems to be underwater, and the fish people are beelining straight for it, where it seems this woman is kind of swimming and floating a little bit slower through the water.
I think I know where they're going.
And meanwhile, none of us have an actual swim speed, so we're inelegant as fuck.
Yeah.
I think actually lizard folk have a swim speed. So
Oh,
you
yeah,
would be
definitely.
able, yeah, so you could move 30 feet in the water. The rest of you guys, you move at half speed. So all of you are
Shit.
moving about 15 feet around unless you dash, and then you can move 30 feet.
Can we like hold on to him and just like glide with him?
I don't know the rules on that. I know dragging causes you to be at half speed.
No.
I'm not sure how that would work underwater. I would say that maybe one of you could hold on to him as he
I call it.
Hop on.
Yay! Yeehaw!
So
Are you riding like
Are we
on my
just
back,
going
like
to-
like
Mhm.
I'm a horse?
Yeah, giddy up.
Okay.
Ride
just
you.
gonna go to the
I'm gonna
fish
ride you.
island.
I mean, the obviously magical fish island probably is where we need to go.
Yeah.
That's probably fair. Yeah, swim to the fish island.
We haven't committed a religious genocide yet. This could be fun.
I'm just surprised they have religion here.
It's
Like-
everywhere.
That's amazing.
It's everywhere.
Also,
Yeah.
I wonder what the structural properties of this building is. Like, imagine building something underneath the water. It sounds cool. I'm intrigued. I want to see the architecture here. I took an architecture class once.
It's very gothic, like
Like the
a
rest
sort
of the
of-
show.
Gothic and Gothia. Wow.
I
Oh,
know.
look at those columns. They're Corinthian. Or they Doric. Oh, they're Corinthian.
It would
Maybe they're
probably be
iconic.
Corinthian.
No, they're Corinthian. They're fancy.
Alex,
Did you say iconic?
calm
I
down.
think it's Ionic.
Ionic,
Totally
iconic, fight me.
they,
So-
they are
How
iconic.
many years
Those
is
are
my history?
So you do follow her. She doesn't seem to notice you guys as you seem to be swimming behind her as she alights on this island in the center. And the doors to the chapel are open, which is strange because it's lit from the inside. And you see there's this strange ripple in front of the door as if it were a waterfall, but it's underwater, which is very strange. And she simply walks through.
Y'all, let's follow her. Let's go through this waterfall thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we-
Lit.
why don't we go? Why don't you do that invisibility trick you were talking about first, though?
Oh, I can only do one other person. So who wants to go through into it?
Well, I'm a fast swimmer, so
Let's go.
You're in
I'll be
heavy
right-
armor.
Dream team.
I'll be riding you and then turn us invisible. So I'm riding you while we're invisible.
that's cute. That's a little romantic, honestly.
So after the one shot, it's actually the beginnings of our relationship. I hope that everyone that's watching this understands.
Can Arthur do something?
You can only
Arthur's
swim so
swimming.
fast.
Arthur, do you want to go instead?
I mean, I
no,
guess.
Bruno and Alex, go do it. You're the dream team.
Yay!
All
Dream team,
right.
round 2 or 3 or whatever the fuck this is. Hell yeah!
How helpful the rogue is. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn us invisible. So we're invisible. Hell yeah.
So Bruno swims relatively quicker than everybody else who is still struggling at 15 feet. And you manage to swim down, land, and pass through this barrier to find that this chapel here is filled with air. It's filled with breathable air. And
But,
as
like, is
you,
it still water?
it is not water. It
We're
is,
looking at air
We can
pocket.
use fire.
it's like an air pocket.
Okay.
So our fire spells will work good. Maybe
Yeah.
we can roast these motherfuckers.
You pass through this barrier, and as you pass through it, it does, because you are parting through water, it makes a splashing sound as the water splatters across the floor. The woman
We could probably sneak through it without that splashing. You could like sneak through like something like a waterfall without making that much noise.
But
would you like? Would you two
Everyone's-
like to make a stealth check?
Yeah.
You two can make a
Yeah.
stealth check.
we're all gonna have to do that, right? Or just them two?
Well, I feel like they're going in before the rest of us because they're invisible.
So just-
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's just them two
Like-
for now.
Once they get
You guys
far
are
enough
still kind of
ahead-
making your way
Yeah.
over
We're
to
all
the island.
still struggling, like.
Once they get far enough ahead, Lark's just gonna be like, back in Chessland, they always do let the pawns go first.
They're our friend. That's my
I mean-
cousin.
I got an 18.
Okay.
Go inside. I got a 2.
Oof.
Oh my
I don't
God.
make a splash going through, but you on my back.
Yeah, you just like fall off with a wet slap.
Yeah. And that does
I'm still
get this-
touching him still. I've got hold of something long and hard. His
Oh,
sword.
wow. Yeah, it must have been my sword or my tail.
It was his tail, everyone. Get your minds out of the gutter.
This is where Alex
So-
reveals he's been a scaly this whole time.
Aren't we all?
No, anytime.
So as you enter this chamber, the splashing sound of Alex falling off of Bruno's back gets this woman's attention. She whips up and begins to look around. As she was about to enter this pool that was in the center of this chapel, the pews have been moved a bit to the side. The windowsills are covered with these waxy candles that burn blue, surprisingly. And the statue
God, meet my
at the
new
back.
Oh, I'm so coming over
sorry.
and seeing her. I'm so coming over and seeing her. Goddamn.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Oh my God.
And there is a statue at the
I'll be right
back
there.
of the of the sanctuary that seems to have been heavily edited to some degree, adding various things like nets and wooden planks and other things.
Fish memorabilia.
But she turns around and you see she changes. Her hands become webbed. Her skin becomes this dark gray, almost like a sort of whale skin or a seal skin of some kind. Her hair is now tentacles with the sort of squid pads on the end of them, the teardrop shaped squid pads. And her face opens up, 2 flaps and a huge mouth that looks like a lamprey mouth with rows and rows of teeth as she makes this horrible.
It's every gay person's nightmare.
That's true. Also, why does she sound like Barry the Platypus?
Thank you.
Noise as she continues to sort of look around the room, but she has not found you yet. The rest of you, what are you guys doing?
I guess I'm just like, is there like a window or can we peer in through the waterfall or something?
Yeah, we don't know that's happening, right? Because they're like a bit of a distance away.
I would say
Still just-
probably around this time, there's been enough time of you guys kind of like swimming towards it that you're basically just about there. You can look through the waterfall. It is clear, but it's kind of like the image is rippling a lot, but you can still see through it. There are windows. It is a chapel, so it has a few windows along the longer walls that you could peek through. They are a bit narrow, but there are plenty of them.
Wouldn't they also have waterfalls in them?
They have glass.
Oh, gotcha.
The door is the only opening that does not have glass in it.
Great. Lit.
I feel like Arthur would have gone around and looked through the window.
Sure. Yeah, I guess I'll peer through the waterfall in case I need to make a hasty entrance.
Yeah, you do see this horrible creature, which is wearing the white slip that she's still wearing the white slip
Yeah,
that the woman was wearing, but she's now this horrible monster. And
What's her
she's
name?
actively
But is
looking
she
around the
pulling it off?
room.
Oh,
What's her name?
Percy, she's
Dinah?
totally your type. Shoot your shot.
Oh, God.
She's
I feel
serving
less conflicted
bad.
about attacking her now.
Is will Arthur be able to Hunter's mark her? Is he? Are they
Yes,
close
he
enough?
can see her and she is within range.
And Lark's
Boom.
still like teasing Percy. He's like, she's like a fusion of your two greatest loves, that Naiad and Svetlana, the vampire woman. Wet with a bunch of teeth.
Yes, I'm just creaming my pants right now, Lark. Thank you.
Oh, is that what
Just go,
happened?
I'm gonna swim away from you now. Swim away.
If the water just gets cloudy.
Oh my god.
Swim away. But no, what do we do?
I'm like super guessing that she isn't friendly. So
I low-key want to try and see if Arthur can stick his hand with a bow and arrow.
I was gonna wonder if I could I use minor illusion through the waterfall and like make the illusion of like a fish flopping on the floor to cover them up.
Oh,
Yes. Yes, you can.
So yeah, so Lark's just gonna be like, you're all useless. And he's gonna cast minor illusion to make a fish appear on the floor, flopping. Like, I don't think minor illusion can make noise on top of image, so I'm hoping like the noise
It
they made will
cannot
go along
as
with the
written.
image she makes.
It cannot as written.
I think
However,
Alex's
I am
minor
going to-
illusion can.
I have
Alex's
major.
can,
Yeah.
but if he casts that, then his illusion will go down.
Yeah.
Which is why
Invisibility
he
will go
didn't.
down?
Yeah, because both of them are technically concentration spells, I
Oh.
think. Well, no, if
greater-
you cast
yeah.
any spell while he could if he was under greater invisibility.
Ew.
Regular
I am under
invisibility goes
greater
down the
invisible.
moment you do.
I am under greater invisibility.
Well,
but I'm
greater
still
invisibility only lasts a minute. So it would have gone down by now.
I mean,
so I'm guessing we're like within. Oh, God.
well, I would say, I mean, would it been? Is this all happening in a minute? Because like I would have casted right when we went through, and so right when that noise is happening is then she's turning her head around. So I feel like we still have 30 seconds.
All right, I will
Yeah,
say
at
you
least
do
30 or
have
45
30
seconds.
seconds. You
Because
have
it's not taking
about
a full minute
30
to get through
seconds.
water.
Yeah, you have about 30 seconds before it goes down.
Hell yeah!
Good timing.
So two fish appear flopping on the
feel like I
ground.
would
One
just
of them
rush to
doesn't make any
attack her.
noise. The other one does.
Wait, doesn't she have like two fish people assistants with
I
him?
think she's
with her?
alone now.
The fish people seem to have gone somewhere.
Oh, why are we so stealthy still? Can't we
I
just
feel like
fireball his
since I'm
hat?
stealthy, I would just run at her and attack her.
Yeah, let's just fight her.
The longer we stay in the water, the more at a disadvantage we are against all the fish.
That's true.
Exactly. We need to hurry up, boys. I mean,
Y'all
friends.
gonna just come crashing through the window or some shit.
This woman does begin to start stalking towards, clearly looking at the two fish flopping on the ground, one silently flopping, the other one making a lot of noise. And she kind
Very
of has a very
quickly, Percy's gonna
strange look.
cast Sanctuary on Alex. Wait, I can't
can't
see
see
him.
him,
Never
though.
mind.
You can't see
I
me,
won't.
babes. Sorry, babes.
I'll say at this point, she gets right up to them and she reaches down and tries to basically like slap the fish through the opening back into the water, but her hand passes through the fish and she stares at it for a second and then starts looking around again as her face rips back open and she makes that horrible kind of clicking noise.
Does
I
she
was
have
just
a
so
He is
focused on the
right
kitty.
next to you two
Divine
now.
smite to the face.
Hmm?
Oh, where'd she go?
The next thing she feels is a divine smite to the face.
Yes, you can definitely roll for that. You would have advantage because she cannot see you.
Ooh.
Okay, so we got an 8
plus
plus 5.
Yep, that hits. So roll your damage. She is
Oh, sorry,
not
I was doing
undead.
the damage.
Oh,
My bad.
roll to hit first, please.
Sorry. I just assumed it was gonna hit because I'm
No,
invisible.
You have
advantage means you
advantage to
roll
hit, babe.
twice, and then you take the higher number.
Okay.
So that would be a d20.
Yeah. I got 19.
Oh yeah, that hits. And are you using a divine smite?
Yes.
All right, so roll the damage.
So that was 8 plus 5.
8 plus 5.
I have
Alright.
portents, by the way, if y'all need it. I rolled pretty good.
All right. And because you are under greater invisibility, that means that the illusion does not go down and you remain invisible. However, at this point, she is fully aware that someone is in the room and is attacking her. And so we need everybody to roll initiative. Oh, she rolled horrible.
17.
17 for Rerek.
Got a 3.
16, Percy.
3 for Bruno. 16, you said, Percy?
Yes.
I'm at 19.
19 for Alex.
13 for Lark.
13 for Lark. And Arthur has a...
Did anybody roll for him?
Oh.
Oh,
Here, I'll roll. Somebody pull up his sheet. 7 plus is modified. The committee. We have to
The
committee.
committee. He has a plus 5 to initiative.
So 12.
12. All right. So that would mean that first up is Alex.
Well, I'm still, so I would guess I would just, well, I'm still concentrating to keep us
Yes.
invisible. So
You can't
Which means
cast
you
another
can't cast
concentration
concentration.
spell. You can still cast other spells.
It has
okay,
an instant effect.
I think you will have advantage because you're still invisible.
Yes, if it's a roll to hit. If it's a saving throw, she won't get advantage.
And you should also move to not be right next to her.
yeah, so I'm gonna move like a good a bit away from her. Like,
Yes, and I will say that she does not get her attack of opportunity just simply because she cannot see you and is not aware that you are there.
lit. Give me 1 second to find out if I can do one of these. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do a favorite of yeah, I'm just gonna do magic missile on her ass.
Fair.
That's my signature move.
I know, I stole it from you. Sorry, babes. In my defense, I used it a lot during last time as well, I think. So like
I think so. Yeah, it's
I
a
like
favorite of
it
a lot
too.
of people.
it's just like
It
boom.
is.
Okay, lit. So yeah, I'm gonna cast it. 1d4. Give me 1 second to change the thing.
Are you casting it at first level?
What level are you casting it at?
Yeah, give me a think. I forgot. If I cast it at another level, does that mean I have to take away a spell slot from that large level? Or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. I feel like I'm like, and I feel like everyone's pretty strong here, so I think I'm just gonna cast it at the level 1 that it's at, and other people can pull their weight because I already used 2 high level slots to get us here. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a regular 1.
All right.
Rolling, it's a 4. Dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage to its target.
I think it has 3 bolts.
Yes.
Level 1 has 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I roll 3 times?
Yes,
Mhm.
you would have to roll 3 times.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9 altogether, but then the highest is 4.
All right.
9.
Yep, I'm taking the 9. So these bolts come out of nowhere and slam into her as she turns around, her eyes flicking back and forth as she shrieks again. So next up is Rerek.
I cannot attack from the water with fire stuff. So let's see. Can I attack with my fireball? I mean, it has a 20 feet radius.
You also
Okay.
cannot see where Bruno is, so you don't know where Bruno is.
We don't talk about Bruno though.
Fireball the lizard boy.
Roast
I
him.
know he's an asshole, but we can't just.
I mean, I think that it would be fair enough for you just to like shoot a name. Lizard boy, I feel like it's fine.
I would survive. I got the armor.
I mean, also remember, I'm still touching you and we moved. So would that?
No, you did not. You moved separately from him.
Oh, so
You
now
would
we're
have
both.
to move.
So
you
he's
would have
like
to
out
use
of invisibility
his-
then.
No, you don't have to keep in contact.
Yeah, I do.
It's
For greater
just-
invisibility.
You touch invisibility to cast it, but you don't have to keep.
You don't have to
touch.
maintain touch.
Oh.
I'm thinking. I might end up doing magic missile from the water, but let's use 3rd level slot.
All right.
Oh,
And you're next to a window, right?
no, Arthur is next to a window.
You're doing it through the. Okay.
I'm still through the door, so it would
All
still
right.
go through the waterfall thingy.
Well, I would say that it would. You would know that it would. If you cast it through the window, it would break the window and then continue and hit the target because
Okay,
it's just glass. But you're doing it through the waterfall, so it doesn't matter.
let's do 5 of those. 5. It's 5, right? Or 6?
If you're casting it at
3rd level.
3rd level, yeah, it would be 5.
1, 3, 3, 3. How many is that?
I think that was 4.
4.
All right, so 14 damage. Wait. 19 damage because every single one of them gets a +1.
Oh, that's right. Bitch. So
Whoops.
it's okay. Cool.
All right. Yeah, so you once again unleash this flurry of bolts, very similar to what Alex did, that slam into her. Her skin is now pocked with these burn marks and holes in them as she continues shrieking. She does look to the waterfall and she does see you, Rerek, swimming outside of the waterfall. However, it is not her turn. It is Percy's turn.
All right. First of all, does she look like magic-y? Does she have like thingies, like magic focuses or anything on her?
Not that you can
Cool.
see.
So in that case, I'ma just come through the waterfall and I think position myself pretty close up to her. Actually, no, I think I'm gonna can I try to finagle my way past her?
How far are you going past her? Because you
As
can
far
just
as
like
my movement can. If I need to take a bit of a berth around her to like not trigger attacks of opportunity, that's okay.
I would say you'd have a very hard time doing that if you weren't going to try and leap over the pews.
Oh, I'll leap over the pews. Let's do it.
All
This
right,
is
give me an
Percy's
acrobatics check as you charge in.
This is jungle gym. What is the thing kids play on? What is
Yeah,
that
that's a
called?
jungle
Monkey
gym.
bar.
Okay. This is his training ground. He's had years of practice jumping over pews. Acrobatics, you said?
Yes.
Only the +2 to that, but that's 16.
Yeah, so you jump over some of the pews and you get almost to the back of the chapel. I would say it's relatively difficult terrain.
Wonderful.
So you make it almost to the back of the chapel.
And then I'm gonna first off bonus action cast Spiritual Weapon. Some big old scythe that pops out and is gonna make an attack on her, which is gonna be a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Which I believe I always forget the damage on this is a 1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. Which is gonna be 9 damage. And then I'm also going to cast Lightning Lure on her to try to yank her over to me.
I forget how that spell works.
It's either dex save or strength save. I think strength save.
Probably strength save.
Yes, strength save. DC.
She got a
What's the DC?
21.
That passes.
And I don't think she takes damage unless she gets within
Yeah, I
5
think-
feet of you.
yeah,
You
she has
just
to fail
yank her
the
10
save.
feet closer. Yeah, I think it's a weird one. I think she has to fail the save. She gets pulled 10 feet closer. And if that 10 feet pulls her within 5 feet of you, then she
Yeah.
takes lightning damage, which is really bizarre. But anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, you lash out with this lightning that crackles around her for a second, but seems to not do anything. And I'm assuming that is the end of your turn.
Yes.
So next up is Lark. This woman in the white slip who is horrifically monstrous. So didn't know what that word was. She looks pretty damaged. Her skin is covered with pock marks. She seems to have cuts on her skin. Of course, she has the scythe floating next to her.
How tall is like the doorway? How tall is the entryway?
It's probably a maybe like 9-foot door.
And how tall is she?
She's probably like maybe like 5'7", 5'8".
Can I just fly over her head? Like, I have a fly speed. I just want to know if I could just dart out and like be like, bye, bitch.
Yes, she would get an attack of opportunity because she can reach up, of course. Unless you want to like immediately fly in and then immediately fly up to the ceiling, which is significantly taller.
That's what I'm kind of like trying to do it in a way that I just literally, should I take the risk of an attack of opportunity? I don't want to get hit by this thing though. But this could be fun. I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to cast darkness centered on my circlet. So that I can see through my own darkness.
Right.
So I'm just gonna then fly through and see if she can see me as I pass. As literally there's just darkness through the doorway, and I'm gonna curve up to go towards the ceiling.
Yeah, the darkness bleeds into the room. She clearly knows something has happened. She is going to take her attack of opportunity. However, she has disadvantage, which is okay because she rolled a 9. Let me see, where is her? She got a 14.
Does not meet my armor blast thanks to mage armor.
Thought not, as she flails in the water, screeching. Well, not in the water. She flails in the darkness, screeching as you fly into the room.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna fly, like, I guess, towards the center of the cathedral and up, so that I guess I don't want anybody else to get caught in my darkness, because then they'd suck more than they already do. But I'm gonna use, so I use 2 sorcery points to do that. I'm gonna use 2 more sorcery points and quicken an Eldritch Blast at her.
Of course, the signature.
Yeah. And since I'm in darkness and she doesn't have magical dark vision, I have advantage.
Yay!
Yep, she doesn't have magical dark vision.
14 plus 9 is a 23 on the first one.
Yep, that hits.
And 16 plus 9 is a 25 on the second.
That one hits as well.
3, 5 plus 10, 15 force damage.
You can see as you blast her, she looks like she is holding on for dear life. There's just so many wounds on her now. She's probably not going to make it through this fight.
You think?
So next up is Arthur. Who's running Arthur?
I think 3 of us are running.
All right,
What
so he
do
is
y'all
next to a
want him to
window.
do?
He's just gonna shoot, right?
Point and shoot, and have. Can we have Jasmine pin her down?
She will have to. Either they'll have to find a way to get her through the window, or she'll have to swim around and then come through the door.
Okay.
Yeah, she just come to the door, I think, right?
How fast
Also,
is she?
this woman is surrounded by magical darkness that you cannot see through.
Oh, I flew up to the ceiling, though. I used my 30 feet of movement to get as far away from her after I shot her as possible.
The ceiling is not 30 feet high. It's probably like a 15-foot ceiling.
Let me double check darkness real quick.
I think it has a 20-foot radius.
It's pretty much centered on me.
Yes.
It's a 15-foot sphere around me. So is she within 15 feet of me?
If you're directly above her, then yes.
I was trying to fly past her, center up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then no, she would not be in the darkness. However, you would see a 15-foot orb of darkness in the center of the room.
Guys.
This feels
But
very
yeah.
on brand for this cathedral to have that there. I think it looks good. In addition to the interior design.
All right. So yeah, Jasmine can come through the door and just pounce. So who would like to do that?
Oh wait, who was to do that?
All right. Yeah, I think. Wait, it just says they make a DC 16 strength saving throw. Do we need to make an attack first for that?
You would have to make an attack first because she then
let's-
has to try and knock this woman over.
Let's do claw attack plus 7 to hits. It's a 15 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Cool. So claw attack deals 1d4 plus 7, which is 10 damage.
Yep. As Jasmine pounces and rakes her claws down the front of this woman, clawing her face, she falls backwards and you hear an ugly crack as this woman's head hits the flagstones, and she is no longer moving. You are all now out of initiative.
All right, looting time.
Did anybody else think this was going to be a harder fight, or was it just me?
Yeah, definitely.
It
Yeah.
did seem a little underwhelming.
Maybe.
Okay.
We do have
Maybe
2
we
more
shouldn't have
people.
killed her.
Can we like Okay, I know I keep on bringing up like food, but I love fish. Can we like make calamari rings out of her hair?
He is just like almost a person, Alex.
I don't give a shit. I'm hungry. That's why I'm eating nuts.
Can you do that
Percy, you
magic
should listen
thing
to
where
your
you
cousin.
speak
We've been
to the
wasting meat
dead?
for months now.
It's true. There's three things I love in this world: alcohol, sex, and free fucking food.
Yep. Well,
Let's eat the fish.
I guess I'll fucking.
Unless you want to raise her from the dead again.
Speak with dead again.
Well, this
you
is
need-
great. And maybe you guys can make a
Question.
date.
Does Speak with Dead specifically target a humanoid?
Check.
What's she
Grants
want?
the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range. Blah, blah, blah. The corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead.
She
Actually,
has a
it's
mouth.
It's 5 questions, not 3. We could have gotten 2 more questions out of that bullywog.
Oops.
We've been playing that wrong for like months now.
Don't be mean to me. I'm a good cleric.
It's okay. At least you're pretty.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think it says anything about it. It's just a corpse.
Interesting.
Ding
All
dong,
right.
the bitch is dead. Raise her back from lab.
All right. So this corpse does shudder to life.
She's just gonna say again.
I still have tongues up, probably lasts an hour, and it's not concentration.
Oh, by the way, just letting everyone know, Bruno and I are now very much visible because it's been more than a minute during the
Yes.
entire fight.
Yes, the spell would have dropped.
And she
Ark
started
is still
talking.
a floating orb of darkness.
Because
Because I have 10 minutes on that, and I'm not going to waste it in case these fish people show up.
You're like, I'm just gonna chill up here.
All right, so I guess we'll start off easy. Who are you?
Oh, fuck are you?
Ah, that's an interesting question. She doesn't say that. Her mouth just kind of opens up once again, and she just says, "It does not matter. I am the servant of all Hydra."
Of the Hydra? That's what she said?
All Hydra.
Of Ol Hydra.
OLHYDRA. All Hydra.
How old? I'm kidding. Really bad
Like-
joke.
Is it Silver Daddy or Jailbait Hydra? That's what we need to know.
What did we
What?
call last time? So, Daddy, what was the vamp's name?
Oh, Vincent, Count Vincent.
Daddy Vincent. Give it a call back.
Also, is this like can everyone understand what she's saying, or is it just a tongues moment?
I think at this point it would be just a tongues moment.
Okay, cool. I will relay. She says she's a servant of Ol Hydra.
How old are we talking?
Do any of us know who that is?
Yeah, do we have any clue what that means?
Should we do like a history
Um,
check or arcana check or whatever arcana check?
If you would like, you may. It's unlikely that you will know who this is.
Okay, never mind.
Well, I have like +5 in history if you want to use it.
Put that college
I have
degree to work.
+6 in history.
Oh, bitch! Look at you! Look at you go!
Well, if it's
Does Alex
unlikely that
know?
we know.
Can you roll a history check? Because he's a learned boy.
Okay. So I have 14 +5, so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's also intelligence, so wouldn't that be +2 added to that?
I think it's already calculated.
It should already be calculated.
Gotcha, so it's
19.
14, 15, 16, 19.
Nope. You don't know who this is.
Fuck this degree, I'm gonna burn it.
All right.
All of Daddy's money on this degree, I don't know anything.
I can see why I didn't go.
Should
to
we ask
school.
more about Ol Hydra, or
Or ask why the bitch killed all those frogs.
yeah, that's I want to get to that.
Let's see, because you have 5 questions, we're down to 4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah. Why did you kill the Bullywugs?
They stole some of my mistress's powers.
Oh, so this old bitch is like, okay.
Who the mistress be?
Or ask where the mistress is. Because we're just gonna kill the bitch.
Yeah, just ask where.
Yeah, we don't really need to know her name when we kill her. We're like we're a killing party.
Nobody named the mistress is going to be a good character.
Sure. Where is your mistress?
Deep beneath the chapel.
Oh, she's here.
You
Oh,
do
that's
see
fun.
there is a large pool of water in the middle
Oh.
of this chapel
So
that looks like
that's
it
why
goes down
this
quite
fight
a long
wasn't that
way.
hard.
Fucking shit.
It's not the boss
Um,
fight yet, bitches.
So there's her mistress is down the water hole.
And we also can breathe under the water because it hasn't been 24 hours yet.
Yep. Okay. Should I ask what the old Hydra is?
Or
Is
ask
that-
how we can kill it.
Okay.
Because there might be like some tricky ass fucking things of how to kill this bitch. You never know.
Let me check the spell. I don't think they.
They're under no compulsion to actually
Yeah.
answer.
Oh.
You could word it and like, so how did the bullywugs steal your mistress's power? And then maybe we could do that. I'm just saying.
Ooh, that's
Good
smart. They're very smart. The familiar smart.
I think it has to
very
offer
smart.
an
big
answer,
brain
but
on
it
that
doesn't
little
have
one.
to be truthful, or it can be cryptic and brief, or blah blah blah. Yeah, I'll try the Lark method, and I'll say, "How did the bullywugs steal your mistress's power?"
They took the old Hydra's children. They forced them to make her something else.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that what happened to Queen Croak?
Is the old Hydra the mistress?
I guess.
Is the old Hydra also like the one that they turned into like a weirdo? Is that what we're talking
A
about?
what? Turned into what?
The whole thing about
Oh.
like remember like how like they turned like was it the fish people or was it the frog people that turned their queen into like a monster?
The
Yo,
fish
we're just
people
talking
turned
about
the
it
frog
before.
people queen into a monster.
All right, we got one question left.
Oh wait,
Ask
that
her
bitch is dead.
how to get to the depths of the cathedral.
Well, I think we just go down the hole that's
I
right there.
guess the hole.
And there-
But what if there's a trick?
I can find
Oh,
it.
oh,
I can.
we could also ask how many reinforcements are down there. Or where are the rest of the fish people? Because is anyone else concerned the fact there's no other fish people? But we saw people come in.
I kind of want to know just what the old Hydra is.
She's probably
Yeah,
just
that's a
gonna
good
say
question.
like our god or something.
Yeah, that's
Come
true.
on.
Can we ask like where the fuck the fish people are? Because literally, like there was a bunch that came in here and now they're gone. I'm guessing they went down the hole, but just how far down the hole are they? How deep in the hole are they?
Yeah, how deep in the hole is the fish?
I'll
And
ask-
do we need
How deep?
protection?
And do we need to go in and out, in and out, in and out again?
Or do we need to prep ourselves?
do we like
you know
really
what I
reach in there?
Okay, are there
need
more
to
of
clean
your
the hole.
fish friends down there with your mistress?
They are her children. When they die, she gives birth to them again.
That seems painful.
And at that point, she just
Bye, bitch. Let's make
Expires.
calamari.
Well, it looks like our job isn't quite finished. Also, can I like look around this like chapel? Does this look like it was like Kruetzwaldian that has sunk to the bottom, or is it like they made this?
it does appear to be it's very similar to the rest of the architecture from other
Okay.
parts of the house. It looks like there was an island, something caved, the island sank with the chapel on it. And then the fish people
it.
took over it.
Gotcha.
If you want to chop off some of her tentacles, you can put it in my bag. I'm talking to Alex.
Slice and dice. Clam
Sure.
bake.
I think
Fish
Sure.
bake.
Arthur's the only one of us who knows how to do that. And the tentacles are like her hair, right?
Yes.
Well, I don't
Let's give her a
personally have
shave.
any interest, so
The bitch needs a haircut.
Okay, go
Fine.
for it, Arthur.
We
Cut
won't.
her.
Someone,
We will-
let's have Arthur roll a survival check to cut off the fish lady's hair.
He probably doesn't need it. He just and off comes about maybe like 5 or 6 of these things as he cuts them
Lit.
all off.
we have
Thank you,
those
Arthur,
now.
babe. Thank you,
Yeah, they're
baby.
like 3-foot tentacles.
Thanks, babe.
Did anybody get hurt during that fight?
Nah.
Yeah, she didn't even get to
So.
have a turn.
And now she's bald. Because bitch, we ripped her hair off. We ripped that hair.
How many minutes have
Weeks later.
passed?
I'd say probably about maybe what, like 5 minutes. How long does it take to cast Speak with Dead?
Speak with Dead. It takes, well, the duration is 10 minutes, but it's instant effects.
I think it's an action to cast, isn't it? Except it's
Yeah,
also a
it's an action to
ritual.
cast.
So I'm assuming you spent it depends. Did you cast it as a ritual or did you?
I don't see that it can be cast as a ritual.
I thought it was a ritual. Guess not.
It would make sense if it was, but I don't see a ritual tag.
All
on
right.
here.
Well, it's not a ritual then.
Should we get diving then?
Because if I still have darkness, I could go first. And if I don't have
Oh.
darkness,
Percy is also going to, as we're about to head down, I'm going to cast False Life on myself at 4th level.
Ooh.
The hell does
What
that?
does that do?
It gives me
Temporary hit points.
10, 15, 23 additional hit points.
Yeah, and they're temporary hit points, so
Yeah, they're temporary hit
they
points.
get taken away first. All right. So it seems like you guys are heading into this strange hole in the center of the room.
Who wants to ride Bruno into the hole?
I think I'll enter the hole on my own.
Mm,
I
who wants to
I
be
mean,
don't
on
think there's
top?
any reason to ride me into the hole.
Well,
If
because you have
there's-
better speed and double the pleasure.
Yeah, but we're staying behind the orb.
Oh, true.
Well,
I was just
it's gonna drop in 5 minutes time at this rate. 4 if we keep bullshitting.
All right, someone hop on.
Here, I'll hop on and I'll give you directions.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
actually it's perfect because then it actually brings the fast orb faster to really protect us. See, I'm not just dumb. I went to
So as you descend one by one into this rectangular portal, you find, strangely, the water doesn't feel like water.
Are we
You
swimming
feel
in it?
water around you, but you don't feel like you are getting wet, which
well,
is
that's
very
not pleasurable.
strange. And the staircase, after a couple feet, ends entirely. It just ends. And you begin descending probably about 60 feet around, down into the water. It is rather dark and cold, but you are not wet and you can still breathe. And as you descend, the ground begins to come into view where you see rocks and sand, as well as 3 large ships that seem to be sunk to the bottom of this, wherever this is. And you alight on the sand. Looking around, you see there is surprisingly an abundance of sea life. There are fish swimming. There are actually sharks and seahorses, kelp, starfish, clams, crabs, octopi. And as you look around, you see the ships actually have people on them. They're mostly ghosts or look like rotted bodies, at least from this far away, but they don't seem to be hostile. They seem to be just moseying around, working on ships. You hear them singing sea shanties. And off in the distance, you see these spires that look like coral and seashells and things like that, rising like a great cathedral in the background.
There's a cathedral inside of a church. That's something you do not see every day. Damn.
Also, these sailors know that they're in a lake, right? They're lake sailors.
Are we? So wait. So it feels like we're still underwater a little bit, not air, right?
Right.
Okay. So I can't fly.
Presumably not. However, I will say, interestingly, as you alight on the sand and begin to walk around, you find you can walk at your normal walking speed.
Wow.
All right, definitely no one needs to be riding it more.
You also can't see shit while I'm on your back.
Bruno didn't see any of that.
Yeah, Bruno hasn't
Yeah.
seen shit.
Right.
Unless he has magical dark vision. You just, literally, there's just like the slightest tickle of Lark's facial hair against the side of your face as he whispers directions to you.
Hey, Lark. Lark, can you move out of the way so we can really see where we are? Because you're blocking everyone's view about this. So can you just move like slightly over so we can actually see where we are? Thanks, babe. Stop writing Daddy Bruno.
Oh, he wishes.
How
Yeah, I
would
guess
that
I'll hop off.
really work?
So wait, if we can move at our walking speed on the ground, can I hop up and see if I can fly at my flying speed?
Interestingly, you cannot. It is almost like you are swimming.
Ew. At this rate, I'm just gonna drop darkness. I thought we were gonna get attacked by a bunch of fish people when we first came down. Apparently not.
Okay. Thank you, Lark. Wow, look at those random ass people over there. They look dead. And also, what the hell are they singing? This is not top 20 songs. This is not the bards that we know and love.
So there's just like a big seashell cathedral in front of us?
It's farther away. It's a bit of a walk, but directly in front of you is a seabed with 3 large ships that look like they've just sunk.
Oh,
And have
look,
probably been here for a while.
look, Percy, it's more dead things that you can try to fuck.
How they get here?
What dead things have I tried to fuck?
Svetlana.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's partially dead.
Mhm. Yeah.
Or more
Alright.
dead things for me to try and fuck.
So we have to go through the
Wow.
ships.
You have to pass by the ships, but
All right.
And
Pass
I
by
bomb
those
them.
ships. Do we need to? Can we roll like perception on them to see if there's anything of interest on them, or?
Wait, so I have a question, just in general. So we go through like this thing. Is there like a ceiling above us?
Yeah, I was wondering that. Like, how do these things?
yeah, you look up, there's nothing but darkness.
Holy shit.
Lark, we told you to turn it off.
That's not me.
Even dark
Okay.
vision can't reach.
My dark vision's only 120 feet.
Yeah, and it's pretty clear for a good, portion. You can still see almost on the horizon, there is blue as if it were an ocean. But when you continue looking up, it begins to fade into just darkness.
So if we're swimming, can we swim up and check it out?
Do we have time for that?
I mean,
If you want to
fair.
swim, you can.
Could
You
I?
find-
Right, we don't have time for that.
Can I do a check to see if
I
I still think we're on the material plane?
I guess give me a nature check.
Okay, because we were stepping in and out of demi planes for a month in real time.
Right.
It's probably not a demi plane. Oh, that's only a 7.
I mean, it could be. It would make sense if it was, but it might not be. You don't know.
Yeah. This could be a partridge in the pear tree situation, is all I'm saying.
I'm gonna nod until I know what you're saying.
Everyone in the everyone who went to the Feywild knows what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think I was partying or reading then. Or about.
Let's get a move on.
Yo ho ho, let's go past these hoes.
Yep. As you
Yeah.
pass by, they seem to wave at you. These spirits and dead sailors seem to wave, but they seem to go on their daily business, pulling rigging and
We should ask them questions.
We should sleep with them.
Right.
We should.
I'll go up to a boat full of ghost pirates.
And I'll go
there,
over
sailor.
here.
Hey there, sailor.
I'll go over here as well. I'll ask questions. Over here, Alex then asks politely to many of these ghost people, so you come here often?
Can I burn anything in this kind of atmosphere?
I'll talk about next and you want to burn shit?
He is
I'm
our resident
15.
pyromaniac. You cast a little firebolt to test. It reacts the same way that you think a firebolt would react underwater. It fizzles through the air, splatters against the hull of the ship, but doesn't seem to light anything on fire.
Now see,
Same.
what if that did light this on fire? What would we have done now then? Next time, aim it at Bruno.
All right. Hi. Excuse us.
Yeah, hoy there.
House me booty.
Very nice.
How is it that you found yourselves here? Oh, hello. I'm Percy, by the way. This is my friends.
Yar.
Wait, so they speak English?
So
They seem to speak common. I was just struggling with the accent for a second. Yar, we be dead.
I can
Lit.
see that. I'm
Oh.
sorry to. How is it that you passed?
Oh, who cares?
There was a great storm as usual. Knocked our boat off course. I'm going country. I can't do
Yeah, you're
pirate.
going with country. That was your country.
What are pirates if not cowboys of the sea?
So true. Yo ho ho.
Yar, it knocked our ship off course. I still can't do it.
Arg, and knocked our ship off course.
And now you found yourselves in something of a layer of what I think is called the Olhydra.
I'm
just gonna go normal for this because I cannot do
translate it
pirate.
to pirate speak if you'd like.
No, that's fine. Well, we found ourselves in the bitch queen's chest,
Yar.
where all sailors go when they die.
Yar.
That seems like fun.
Okay. You seem.
If you would like, Percy, you
Okay.
can roll a history check on that.
I will.
Taco.
It's gonna be a 17.
So, from your time dating Edmund, he went on frequent voyages with sailors. He had a few run-ins with pirates, and it seems that pirates have a particular belief that there is a being that rules over the ocean, or at least the dead of the ocean, known as the Bitch Queen. She personifies the darkness and the cold of the deepest parts of the ocean, and when ships sink, that's where they go.
Cool. Yeah, I think Percy probably took particular interest in those stories because Percy likes death. But as soon as he says the bitch queen, Percy's like, "Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me!" That's awful. So the bitch queen is, I'm guessing, over there in the
Probably.
big cathedral. Right. Have you learned anything about her in your travels or your time here?
Nope.
What should be looking like?
Right.
Have you seen any fish people?
Oh, they come
Yeah.
through all the time.
Are they her children?
We don't know.
Are any of y'all single?
They kind
y'all
of
have
look
a
around
ship?
a bit confused.
They
Does y'all
are
have a
dead and
vehicle?
pirates.
Would any of you like to get off this ship?
And it's my bad.
Can you leave?
I mean, once you're here, you're here.
I mean, Lark just pulls a seed out of his pocket and starts flicking it through his fingers.
No.
If they want to leave, Percy,
How would that even work?
I'm interested how that thing would survive down here.
it's
mean-
one of the hardiest plants in the multiverse, darling.
And plants do sometimes like grow underwater. So I would
Okay.
assume that this seed could as well. I learned about that in books.
Okay. Do I know anything about biology?
Wouldn't this be plant biology?
Do you know
Botany.
enough about plant biology of interdimensional plants that act as walkie-talkies?
Oh. Forget it. Whatever. Do what you want.
Well, I think we're probably done here. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna flick it to the one that we're talking to and be like, in case any of you want to try leaving someday.
He tries
just
to catch it. and
bounces
goes
off.
through it.
And they just stare at it like they just give you a weird look.
And Percy just walks away. He's like, God, I hate pirates.
Why do you hate pirates so much,
They
Percy?
don't seem to
Because
be
they're
stupid.
annoying and asshole. And oh my God, Evan would go on and on about how amazing they were. I just heard enough about them for a lifetime.
And the
Oh, so
accent.
cuz.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, did your ex sleep with a ship full of pirates?
You know, probably.
Oh, cousin. You're still hung up over him, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. That's what it is. Let's leave.
Yes, for
Okay.
some reason his mother wouldn't make me force his ex to go lick every porta potty in the hospital.
Oh,
Because
Okay.
that's gross. That's just a gross thing to do.
I've
I
never met
mean-
a pirate.
who hasn't fucked an entire ship full of pirates?
You, Alex, you have not.
Fight me, you don't know my life.
I've fucked an entire ship full of military people, if that
Oh my
counts.
god.
Ooh, a private.
That's
Private
par for
Bruno.
the course. That's
Well,
par
I
for
am
the
sure
chorus.
that Alex and I see Rerek would love to hear about that at a time that is not now.
With some beers, some shots. Remember that
What are-
time we had those shots? Then we
What
killed
are
some
y'all
vampires?
talking
Yeah.
about?
Now, Bruno, were you doing it for fun or was it a mission?
What is this
It
conversation?
was fun.
We
on a
are
mission.
remarkably cheery for going to fight the bitch queen.
Well, no.
Well,
While
tell
we're
us
having
who
this
the bitch queen is,
conversation,
Percy. We don't know it.
It's just some deity these pirates believe in that they think,
Sounds
oh,
like
when all
Percy could be
pirates
the
die,
bitch
they're gonna
queen,
go
if
to
you know
the
what I
realm of
mean.
the bitch queen, the evil mistress of the seas.
no, I think about we're having this conversation, we're just like slowly wandering like closer to the cathedral. So we're
Yeah.
actually continuing, but it's pretty far away. So we're just having this conversation
Yeah.
while we're walking.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Sex, kid. You'll learn about it soon.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
Yeah, as you get closer, it's clear that the sort of coral and kelp and things of that nature have been starting to shape itself into architecture. of some kind. And as you get closer to this gigantic cathedral, you do see it does, in fact, look like a cathedral. It has a rose window in the front of it. That the framework is formed by the coral growing. And it's almost like one of those strange sort of magic eye sculptures, in a sense, where if you're looking at it from the wrong angle, it just doesn't look like anything. But as you lean in another direction, everything comes into focus. But there's multiple different sections of that, as if this is almost an exploded cathedral, that only bits of it are ever in focus at one time. It's very bizarre. There's also an increase, you notice, in sharks. But there doesn't seem to be any hostile sharks. They just seem pretty peaceful, swimming around, minding their own business.
This might be a reach, but would I have any knowledge of the bitch queen? Has she gone to the waltz before?
She might have. If you'd like to roll a history check, you may.
Yeah, because we do have an invitation to every evil person in the multiverse is hanging out later.
Yep.
You guys want to come to the after party?
Yes, please.
We only need virgin sacrifices, so I don't think you'll fit.
Can I join in sacrificing the virgins?
I got a 7 again. I'm rolling 7s all night. It's fun.
I mean, she might have. If she is truly an evil being, then she might be.
I mean, whoever, anybody called bitch queen.
I mean, she's obviously not high enough ticket to be up there with like the demon lords and the vampire king.
I think it's just the pirates that call her the bitch queen. I think she probably calls herself the old Hydra, according to what her cleric was saying.
We should ask her. We really should ask her what her actual name is.
Yeah.
We really should.
If she's a person that goes this waltz of shadows, do you think maybe should we be approaching this maybe not to fight her, but maybe to reason with her or something?
Fuck it, I say sure.
It depends on how much reasoning you want to make or try to make with her.
Do you think we can kill her, Lark?
I mean, I don't know.
I think we can. I see no reason why not.
I mean, we've killed this much about here. Trust me, Bruno and I killed a fucking daddy vampire.
How resilient is divinity on your plane? That's the question.
I think probably pretty resilient.
Because like
pretty up there.
Where I'm from, the different Archfey have different levels of how resilient they are, going from like the twin queens all the way down to like, not to throw her under the bus, but we all saw how useless the teacup princess was.
I know you do not hold much love for the teacup princess.
Oh, we left her in pieces though. And we probably could have killed the Rooster of the Dawn if we wanted to. But they're lesser.
Yeah, but he seemed like a nice guy.
He was
I've never met this Rooster of the Dawn, but he seems like such a cocky son of a bitch.
Yes,
that is accurate. He has these good instincts about people now. It's like he's turned over a new leaf, a new page in his book.
Well,
and you can put a pen in, you can put a feather in that book.
I don't love that the old Hydra, the bitch queen, whatever you want to call her, is in my lake. So let's
to move
try to get her out of there.
And at this time, we have reached the cathedral.
Yes, you definitely have. You've gone up the elaborate steps. And surprisingly, there is a stone door that seems to be open. Oh, I'm hearing someone. Sorry, I heard my voice from someone's speaker.
Oh.
Oops.
He's hearing voices, everyone.
Oh no. God.
That's
well,
my
Percy
job.
already does. Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't rolled a 1 recently.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah. As you pass through into this huge chamber with the there is almost a dome, a skylight above, which seems to let in quite a bit of light. It's quite striking and beautiful, all of this coral everywhere, the rocks and stones, barnacles and kelp, all molded and woven together to create this simulacrum of a cathedral. And there are, in fact, 3 statues that stand around this sort of flat stone disc that seems to be the floor of this place. At the back is another set of stone doors. On the left, that statue is of a 2-headed shark person with a harpoon in one hand. The middle is another woman with lobster claws for hands and a lobster head. And on the right is a very strange, it's not even human, it's almost like an eel coiled up with an almost human-like face with 2 almost beaver teeth, as well as tentacles coming off of various parts of its body. And there seem to be inscriptions at the base of each of these statues. And you take a moment in this place. It's strange. It has the same energy as the cathedral in Darkmoor has, this sort of space of reverence, this intentional quiet. And for a moment, seems nothing is going to happen. And then the stone doors slam shut behind you. And this is when we are going to end episode 53. So all of you can come back next week for episode 54 to see what goes down in this cathedral. And I will see you all in about 5 minutes.